Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious. Think twice, that afterlife should have you curious. Each week, that week's speech should have you furious. The same, all hail King such and such. You say hell, I say hell, get off is much to be desired. Khutbah should be fire, let's rouse the believers. Situations dire.
Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
You claim Salafiyya, we follow the Salaf in understanding, but without the branding. Allah named us Muslim, with that we stay content. No division is titles, ego's a false idol. A mustard seed of kibba can land you in the fire. Plus that his beer is fueled by desires. Question, aren't y'all tired of divide and slaughter? May Allah grant us guidance. Shout out to the martyrs.
Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious. Think twice, that afterlife should have you curious. Each week, that week's speech should have you furious. The same, all hail King such and such. You say hell, I say hell, get off is much to be desired. Khutbah should be fire, let's rouse the believers. Situations dire.
Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
You claim Salafiyya, we follow the Salaf in understanding, but without the branding. Allah named us Muslim, with that we stay content. No division is titles, ego's a false idol. A mustard seed of kibba can land you in the fire. Plus that his beer is fueled by desires. Question, aren't y'all tired of divide and slaughter? May Allah grant us guidance. Shout out to the martyrs.
Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious. Think twice, that afterlife should have you curious.
Assalamu alaikum, ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast, where we seek to cure the kufr infected by injecting the Islamic perspective. I am your host, Amoo Yum Yum, and with me to my far right is Amoo Jeremiah.
Assalamu alaikum.
He's the white Amoo, just in case you haven't noticed. This is the young Amoo. What's your name?
Amir.
Amoo Amir. Okay. And to my left, symbolically, okay, to my left
Your
is
left-
the Amoo you love to hate.
Yes.
Amoo Yusuf.
So much hate.
Your left hand man.
Very sad. Very sad.
My left hand man.
Yes. Okay. Before the left hand man. Disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
Okay.
Disclaimer.
The opinion of Amoo Yum Yum the podcast is based on Islam.
Inshallah ta'ala.
Okay. Our intentions are to be correct. However, we may not always be right. Others may differ in concepts.
But
These are ours.
MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah.
Exactly.
So you got to bring up the what you call them? The sound overlay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Anyway.
Random.
Random. I ain't even listened to no official. Anyway, so what's random? If you
Oh,
don't-
you're.
don't give me one. I'll make it up.
Okay. No, you can't make it up because this is a Muslim. You can't make it up.
What?
The one,
Wait, what are you talking about?
no, the one with your physical leg situation.
My physical leg.
You were in Philly last week, right?
Yeah, I was in Philly all
And
week.
then you-
I was in Philly. Y'all didn't beat me up. I was in Philly. Y'all didn't
I was
beat
really
me
concerned.
up.
I was concerned.
Y'all didn't beat me up.
I was actually concerned.
I ate at Penrose Cafe. I had a nice slice of Jew cake.
Okay. Was that some like?
It's
is that like kolache or something?
it's like a pound cake,
Okay.
like a 7-Up, no, pound cake.
Yeah.
With apples in it. They call it
Jew cake.
Jew apple. Jew apple.
It's a Jewish cake.
No, that was she said this is Jewish apple cake. That's what she said.
Yeah.
So I call it Jew apple.
Yeah. So when you went there, I was kind of concerned about him because there are a lot of enemies.
Man, I ain't say it, bro.
A lot of enemies. But when you talk about the leg situation, I'm like, oh, subhanAllah, I hope he's okay.
My leg, what happened?
Maybe
You
they
said
got
physically.
shot.
What happened to my leg?
You said physically, I'm leg something.
I have no idea what he's talking
What
about.
Yeah. Did you see the
What are you talking about?
you said, I'm physically, my leg is handicapped, or I can't walk, or my leg is tired. You said my leg is hurt. Something about your leg.
No.
I was so concerned.
No.
I was so concerned.
I think it could be the weather. Now check it out.
Yeah. It's cold.
Before I arrived in Philly, the weather was cold.
Of course, it's Philly.
Okay, when I got there, I brought the warmth, baby. 60s, 70s, high 60, high 70s.
Oh, wow.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Thursday,
Brought the word.
then the sleet started coming down. The ice, the sleet. They would say, you wasn't in Philly. How I know about the sleet? Anyway, so the sleet started coming down. So it was like a little ice thing. My flight was 5 a.m. in the morning. No, actually, my flight was that night. I canceled it because I wouldn't finish working.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were scheduled for 5 in the morning. Ice, baby.
Even here, right?
The plane delayed. The plane delayed until 10. Oh man, I don't want to talk about that part.
Yeah, it was
But
icy
anyway,
too.
Yeah.
You saw my jacket was all like icy.
Yeah.
So Penrose Cafe, nice Jewish establishment. Go there.
They was trying to catch you slipping.
Go
like,
there.
bend
Jew
off.
apple.
No, they got. Look, bro, the house I'm working in had a bullet hole through the outside wall, all the way to the door jamb.
What?
Just a stray bullet.
Yeah, they was out there shooting at each other. So the bullet went through, and
That's
the mom was sweeping. I guess she swept the slug up because you could see it didn't go all the way through the door jamb. It went through the wall though. So it looked like probably 38.
Wow.
Probably at 38. Yeah.
You didn't pass by that.
Probably 357. Something a little bit bigger than 38.
You didn't pass by that one area that has a lot of drug.
Kensington.
Kensington.
The drug.
A lot of people look like him, drug addict. Yeah. No.
It was very
Actually,
bad.
they wanted to take me by there. I saw the video.
Yeah.
Now you know me. I'm
Wait,
sympathetic to a white
Whoa,
folk.
whoa,
So
whoa, hold on.
Uh-huh.
They want to take you by there like it's a
a zoo,
tourist
like a zoo.
attraction?
Yeah, it's like a zoo.
Yeah. Tourist attraction.
You pass by, they nodding off. You seen the videos?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Oh man,
It's sad.
Hey! Look, man.
It's sad though. I mean,
Look. Philly is the city of brotherly love.
Pause.
There's so much brotherly love.
Pause.
One particular masjid that people are going to heaven had a alternative in the back with the sisters.
No.
Yeah. Come on. Salam alaikum. Peace
Do it.
be unto thee.
Do the.
Peace be unto thee.
Oh my God.
Say, sister. Say,
Hey.
sister, hug me, sister. Is that a copy of Bukhari? Oh, you're just happy
Come
to
on,
see
man.
me.
You guys tell him something. Come on.
No.
Stop it, please.
But guess what else? Another masjid going to heaven. Bulldagger. In the front row with the brothers.
Nah.
Married to a girl in the back.
No.
It's not marriage, but quote unquote,
Bruh.
Kafa married, whatever, to a girl in the back. Up there.
Man, Philly's like a different place.
No, it's like this. Up there in the front.
Even Abdurrahim
up there in the
was.
front with the brothers. Somebody.
Stop it. So you were looking at them?
No. I didn't pray that. I didn't pray that.
You just passed by?
I'm not
I
praying.
mean, even
I'm not praying that.
to actually confirm the story, even Abdurrahim Friday talked about it too.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Abdurrahim said the same story, like, they come in during the day and club during the night.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it was mashallah, a good experience. I don't hang out with anybody there.
So you're lonely.
I know some. No, I was actually at peace.
With that song,
I was at peace, but y'all know, like San
It was a
Antonio
peace.
doesn't have as many Muslims as Philly does.
Yeah.
But you couldn't imagine if we had a bunch of Muslims that Muslims would be hanging on the street corner, like common thugs, nodding off, walking around slurred speech. You wouldn't imagine that, right? You wouldn't imagine that, and that's a reality that's there, and that it's a problem itself, but it wouldn't be a problem if they didn't think that they were on the right path.
Yeah.
They think that everybody else is going to hell and they going to heaven with a crack pipe. Anyway,
Thanks,
with a
Joe.
crack pipe.
Thanks, Joe Biden.
Joe Biden, yeah. He'll actually put in the crack pipe in the thing.
I can smoke
He did.
all the crack I want.
Yeah.
In
all the
general.
way to heaven.
Like, nah, bro, it don't work.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, yalla, bismillah. Let's go with the
What's poppin'?
What's bobbing is the hot topic. Defund the police.
uh-oh.
The Islamic POV, point of view. Now, this is a topic that Yusuf was scared of.
No, I wasn't scared of it.
No, he was scared
Oh,
of it. He was scared of it.
I thought he was
How can
gonna-
I be scared of it and I came up with the topic?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, I can go with the topics I'm scared of. I can't believe I wrote that.
Yeah, I was scared. He was just like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah, so
Going with the
we
narrative.
actually sat down. I don't like to do show prep because I like a point of view.
That's why he doesn't say anything.
And that makes it come together. So I come up with topics, right? I come up with topics, and we all have to prepare our own notes, do our own individual research, and we come together. And I think that makes for the spontaneity, right? Okay. Another big word. That makes for spontaneity. It's good. It's good formula.
Google that word.
Spontaneity.
Yeah, it's a good formula.
Yeah.
But in this one, defund the police, Yusuf thought that it would be following the footsteps and the speaking points of BLM. I'm like,
mainstream.
how can I be Muslim
narrative.
and BLM?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there are Muslims who.
Oh, they're supported, man.
All the Muslims that do anything.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, you can't be a believer in BLM. The
Yeah.
B in BLM don't stand for believer.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
Bunch of lost monkeys.
I didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
I was gonna say.
I didn't say that.
yeah.
I did not say that. Okay?
That's good.
That's the proof right there. I did not say
Anyway,
that. But guess what? You read my mind.
I think Jeremiah coined that term, right? Did you coin that term? Bunch of love.
The truth is out.
I am a free.
Slid off the
No,
camera.
but that's what it is. So
No, yeah.
that's
But
what we're here to discuss.
but let's talk about it because it's current.
The Islamic point of view. Before we get
Yeah.
into how the Islamic police were established and how they conducted themselves, let's talk about what defund the police means. Defund the police means, like we talked about in prep, that the police and the military in this nation are known as two separate entities.
Yeah.
The military's definition, and their job assignment to go into another country is to break things and kill people.
On site.
And y'all think I'm making it up. Talk to somebody been in the military.
Their definition, their job assignment is to break things and kill people.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
The police is what? To protect and serve. So they come in as quote unquote what? Peacekeepers. That's the police.
They're actually called peace
They used to be
officers.
called peace officers.
Yeah.
The gun was called a peacekeeper.
Mhm.
The gun itself was called a peacekeeper. You know? Not a blacky wacky or whatever they call it now.
Yeah, man.
I'm saying. So anyway, so in
Blacky wacky.
Kufa society, now I'm gonna mention.
Maybe get
You
it.
say, why you saying Kufa society? In Kufa society, the police and military was separate. If they wanted to establish a curfew, the police can establish a curfew.
Okay.
If they want to establish martial law, who comes in?
The military.
National Guard, a branch of the military. The military comes in to establish martial law. It's two separate entities. Now, the police walking down the street say, get in your homes. We're on our porch. We ain't got to go in our house. You know? When the National Guard walked down the street, the reserve walked down the street, they told these people, it's on YouTube, back when the coronavirus thing, the curfew for coronavirus, they said, get in your homes. They said, man, we're on our porch. We ain't got to go in our homes. They said, light them up. Brrr, fully automatic weapons. And they ran inside their homes.
Were they rubber bullets or straight bullets?
Bruh, rubber bullets don't come out like that.
Wow, man, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. They lit them up. Literally.
That's
Break
wild.
things and kill people. When they walk the streets of America, they're going to break Americans and kill Americans, okay? That's what they're going to do. So, Islamically, now why did I say kufr to separate? Islamically, the police and the military are the same. The military is so cultured and so orientated into peacekeeping and solving disputes, and their definition is never to break things and kill people. We can't even cut fruit trees. We can't even burn down forests.
Yeah, and we're talking about the one that don't exist, unfortunately.
The army that don't exist. Now, these days, they do anything because they were trained by the CIA, so they can do anything.
Most of them like secular.
Torture tactics. Yeah, a lot of them are atheists. Over a famous dungeon or prison where they torture people in Egypt.
In Egypt, yeah.
The guy that ran it is a big guy. He ran it. He actually didn't believe in Allah. He said, if Allah exists, we'll put him in cell number such and such. You know?
I've heard that before.
This is the mentality. So you can't have people that believe in Allah and His messenger carry out these tactics. You can't.
Right.
They believe in Allah and His messenger. So anyway, so the military and the police in Islam are one. They're the same. I mentioned before, soldiers here come back with PTSD. They're not good for their parent, their family. They're not good for their jobs. They got special incentives. Hire a veteran. Why won't you just hire a veteran? Because they're a veteran. But they got incentives. Hire a veteran. Why? They said, we will compensate you when they kill everybody in office. But anyway, so they got, you don't hear about the Mujahideen coming back from jihad being bad for their families. And, they were lions on the battlefield and kittens at home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how they were. So again, the police and the military Islamically are one people. And they're not separated because we have a different job assignment, different viewpoint of life.
Yeah.
And as a Muslim, believing in La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah makes a cultured individual. You know what I'm saying? Anybody got anything on that?
Yeah.
Because you mentioned like they're the same. And the reason they're the same because the obligation falls on all Muslim. Because if you take the ayah of Al-Ma'ruf and Al-Munkar, it's a job of every Muslim to basically correct each other,
Yeah.
fix each other,
Yeah.
So basically, snitch is kind of a
It takes
maybe it's like okay,
It
But no,
takes that corruption.
that's okay.
not
Not lying.
yeah.
Not lying. Not slander. But snitching. Sahaba were snitches. Right? They were snitches.
Not the Western
Anything
definition,
happened?
yeah.
Anything happened? They told the Rasul. They went straight to the authority.
That's an interesting point that you brought up, Yusuf, because you see these days, especially like on social media, if you see someone like advising someone like in the comment section or something, they'd be like, "Oh man, get this haram police out of here!" Or like this and that. They've actually made it something negative, and that's actually what we need. This is din nasiha.
You're absolutely right, but it's interesting because if you study the history behind the word shurta, which means police, in the Sharia, you'd be surprised that some of their tasks, what the history was actually even finding some criminals. If they proved it on the spot, they will apply the rule on the spot. But inshallah, after Muyammim finished some of his point, we can go some of the definition and the historical, how they were, what they did,
So the issue with the Amr bil Ma'ruf wa Nahy anil Munkar, right? The issue with that is that when we say defund the police, when defund the police was actually first said, remember I said in this Kufr nation,
Yeah.
the police and the military are separate.
Yeah.
When they said defund the police, they said, why do police have anti-armor vehicles? Why do police have these guns that are in Afghanistan? You know, why do police have this and they want to know why these police have this
Military grade.
militia.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and they tried to justify this. Remember those bank robbers that were head to toe armored,
Oh yeah.
walking through the streets of
Yeah.
California,
Well,
LA?
that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
but
They
this-
used that as an example. Show me how many instances.
It doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah.
That was
It
like
doesn't
a one.
happen
that's
hardly
like-
any
that's-
at all.
That's like a 1 out of what do you call it? Right? That's
It's
like
not
one out of.
probable. It's
Look,
possible.
look,
not
look, look.
probable.
The issue is bring in the nearest National Guard if you must have them. But
Yeah.
when they said defund the police, they're saying that police, they're not saying don't pay the police as much. That's not what they're saying. The police pay doesn't go up, but the budget keeps going up.
Yeah.
And where does that extra money go? It goes toward things like
Cars, certain cars.
The weaponry and-
anti-armory vehicles and all this type of stuff. Like,
Expensive.
why do you need this stuff?
Those are expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very expensive.
When
And that's
you're-
where the budget goes to.
Serve and protect,
Yeah,
not destroy.
break things and kill people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was separate. So if this nation, this Kufr nation, says police and military are separate, then why does the police have military style
Yeah.
arsenal?
It makes
so
no
so
sense.
so this is why they said defund the police. You don't need that. That's to intimidate us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if you look at city design, the poor neighborhoods are always right off the highway.
Yeah. Yeah.
The well-to-do neighborhoods,
Tucked
you got to
away.
go off the highway, go down the road, turn around. Now, if you go to Dallas, Texas, and many other places, not just in Texas, but the rich neighborhoods, if they're right off the highway, they make this big wall look like something from the medieval ages.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a big wall. There's a part of Dallas we were riding through. It was Dallas, and it was also in LA. It was in LA. You ride down the highway,
Yeah.
bruh, you can't break down. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah. Old money.
There's nowhere to go
Neighborhoods.
if you broke down on the highway. That edge of the highway, there's no shoulder. The edge of the highway, there's a big 20-foot wall. So that the neighborhood ain't got to see what's going on and it cuts down on the noise.
Yeah.
I'm saying?
noise, yeah.
So, but every poor neighborhood, access to it right off the freeway, bro.
Yeah.
Believe me, I used to live in poor neighborhoods. I used to live in violent neighborhoods.
It's all
You know what I'm
designed.
saying?
It's all
It's
designed.
all designed right off the highway, right on top of your head, boy.
Another interesting thing about the budget with the police, I think a lot of it's such a high budget, but the police aren't being properly trained to do what they need to do. They have
And that-
all these responsibilities.
And not
like-
just that, some of them don't even. I'm sorry to cut you off, but some of them
What's
don't
up?
even pay very well. So that's why they
No,
do
yeah.
a second. They have like more than one job. Like they do a police, but they also do like security, gym, whatever, some other stuff. I'm like, because they don't get paid enough. Some of them, you know. So, but go ahead. You were saying.
Well, yeah, it's like they're supposed to be like the peacekeepers, or
Yeah.
essentially. What was the other term? You said peace.
Peacekeepers,
The gun is the peacekeeper, and the officer is the peace officer. or
peace
something?
officers.
Okay,
Peace
yeah.
officers.
Yeah.
Supposed to be peace officers, but they're not really.
I
trained
still
to
use
do
the
that.
terms. Sometimes there's a, like for instance, we were putting a roof on the masjid a long time ago, Masjid Luqman, and these guys were like, I say, hey man, look, I say if it takes y'all 6 hours, I'm gonna pay y'all for 8. I'm trying to be generous.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay y'all for 8. I say, but make sure all these nails, because roofing nails have a big head on them, big, like almost a dime size head. Now, when they fall, sometimes they stand up. You know, they're not like the other nails that's going to lay down. They sometimes stand up. So I say, look, get
Plus.
all these nails. And plus, Masjid Luqman was almost at zero with the sidewalk. There was not a lot of space between the masjid and the sidewalk. There was a gate there, but you can barely squeeze through that gate in certain parts. So I said, look, especially the street side, I don't want people getting flat tires. You know, removing things from the road is a sadaqah, stuff like that. So that may be harmful. So I said, I want people getting flat tires because we're doing our roof. Because the roof, if the masjid at zero, the wall's at zero by the sidewall, that means the roof is hanging over.
Yeah.
And the nails are going to tumble down. So I say, clean up all these nails, clean up all this stuff. I'm going to pay you, even if you finish in 6 hours, I'm going to pay you for 8. I'm trying to be nice, about 4 or 5 of them, right? I don't know if they had papers or not, but about 4 or 5 of
I
them.
was just thinking that.
And I said, so what happened? What did they do? They said, it's a long story. Let me make it short. But anyway, they said,
Too long.
hey man, we're finished. I looked around and said, no, you guys ain't finished, man. There's nails in the street. There's nails on the sidewalk. There's nails in this yard. And our children play back here.
Yeah.
That's all we going to do. I said, okay, let me look at the time. I said, okay, you're getting paid for 5 hours, 6 hours, whatever, you know? No, we want the whole day. I said, what you gonna do, take it from me?
Huh.
I don't know who you think you're talking to, homeboy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm all nice, I'm buying lunch, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm real friendly. But I'll stab all of them. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm like, dude, I said, what you gonna do? So what y'all wanna do? They're looking at each other like that. I said, you know what? Cause we was on the masjid property. I say better than that. I said, can I get a peace officer here? I said, we have a dispute. I'm gonna get a peace officer over here. I specifically asked for a peace officer. I use that language, cause it wasn't a crime situation.
Right.
You know what I'm
There's
saying?
no danger there or anything. But
When I called for the peace officer, they said, "They'll talk this, like yama yama yama." Whatever they said.
Nasasito.
This.
My heart.
Yo, chill, bro. The message gonna
racist
cancel us,
people.
bro.
For real, man. So what I did.
What did you say, Nasasito?
Necesito. Say no. He said. So the guy
Yours
said,
is hard,
he
man.
said, my friend.
My friend. Yours is hard. Like, my heart.
He said, my friend.
Mi amor.
Yeah. He said.
Oh, yeah.
He said, just pay us for the 6 hours, man.
Okay.
So I said, bam, bam, bam,
So-
bam, bam, bam. Paid him.
They still want
Get out my property.
3 hours worth of work that they were just going to forego that not hours worth of work. 3 hours worth of pay they were going to forego for not picking up the nails. Just picking up the
I
nails.
don't know. I guess they were talking to each other like, man, this guy's really nice. He bought us lunch. Let's see if we can get over on him.
Maybe. Yeah, could be.
I'm like, man, I put my left foot back. I said, what's up? What y'all gonna do?
What?
I said, what we gonna do?
I would have just.
At that time, his leg was good.
Yeah, my name is Nick. But anyway,
Yeah.
this is the whole point. I called for a peace officer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because things were about to escalate.
Yeah.
Now, of course, I had a hammer in my hand.
A hammer or a hammer?
Hammer.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was MC
And
Hammer.
the
I
five
was
of
saying,
them, what
which
did they
hammer?
have? They had a nail gun in their hand?
But that was on the
Ooh.
roof. But anyway, so I'm saying, like, you know, it could have got really violent.
Yeah.
So I called. Now, I didn't call the brothers because that would have been ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That would have been, they would have felt intimidated and left without money.
Yeah.
That's not what I was trying to do.
Right.
Yeah.
When the police got there, I said, we have a dispute over pay.
Mm.
I told them they finished in 6 hours, only they clean up all those nails y'all see on the sidewalk, stuff like that. I said, I will pay them for 8 hours. I was trying to be generous. I bought them lunch and everything. I said, now they're just quitting and saying I have to pay them for 8 hours. You know,
Mm.
I say, so, you know, but
What did the officer say?
besides me bobbling all 5 of their heads, I said, you know, no, but no, the officer got there, they already left. No matter of fact, they were actually walking away.
As he was pulling
So,
up.
so the officer didn't. The rule is, even if they have papers or not, the police can't walk up to them and say, "Papara bitar Judan." You know, they can't do that. They can't.
What was that?
That's Spanish?
That's German.
What
Say,
was that?
say,
Hold on,
yeah,
hold on,
yeah,
hold on.
Spanish.
I didn't understand that. What did you say?
Bro.
like papers please you. Bitter, I think is please.
What?
If I'm not mistaken.
And what?
Bro.
Hold on.
Hold on. What language is that? What language is
Yo,
that?
we gonna keep
I
it
got
going. We gonna
translate.
keep it going.
Anyway, he said, "Papara bitar Judan." But nevertheless,
What is that,
the
man?
police can't ask for papers
But
because
what, battery?
why?
Battery what?
Check it out. Police can't ask for papers because people will not report rape. They won't report abuse. They won't report
Did he
any
insult in
crime.
Sudani?
So you can't make their legalization a matter when it comes to calling the police. So they
Yeah.
removed that part. That's why the police say, "Hey, guys, come here. Give me your papers and check their ID." I say the dispute is already over with. They took their pay. They're leaving. This is what happened.
Yeah.
You know, because this is the masjid, bro. The FBI knows that masjid. The police know that masjid very well. Anything happened, bro. 2 a.m, I get a call from the police department. Hey, Sadiq, we caught somebody walking around. You know, we had a treehouse on the side I built, and hey, you caught a guy sleeping in the treehouse. Is they cool to be there? I said, oh no, man. Tell them to bounce.
Sleeping in the
You know what I'm saying?
treehouse.
Stuff like that. So I had a relationship with them.
Yeah.
You know, had a relationship with them, and you know, as a community leader. So I didn't want to, you know, whatever.
I got a question.
Yeah.
So, what are some of the responsibilities that the police have that aren't associated with stopping like violent crimes? Like, what other responsibilities do they have? Like, I know
Traffic.
one of them. Traffic,
That's
suicide
traffic
prevention,
police.
suicide prevention. What else are they like?
Well, it's a lot of stuff.
I mean, you can go to their website.
Okay, because I was part of
It-
defunding.
Look. It went. As the law changed, their duties changed.
Yeah.
Okay. Because remember, a few years ago, if someone 18-year-old had a beer, they couldn't get arrested. Now they can because they moved the age to 21.
Yeah.
Okay. Texas just
a few hundred years ago was to catch slaves.
Exactly. That's where they come from. That's where they come from. But check it out though. A few not. Oh man, was it the 80s? No, it was actually the 90s.
90s?
Late 90s, I think it was. Texas passed a sodomy law that said if the police is called and the police walked in a woman and saw some sodomy, freeze! Take the double out of the rubber! And then you heard, and then I was like, the crime was.
You have to make that sound.
That was the crime.
You have to make it visual.
Anyway,
Dude, we have youngsters. We have
No. If the police
sisters.
were called, check it out. Police were called for a non-related crime.
Okay.
Possible burglary, something like that. Police, they say, hey, there's a peeping Tom outside my home. Okay. And the police walking around with the flashlight and looks in the window.
Yeah.
And sees double and bubble.
Okay, no sound.
He sees double and bubble. He could arrest him.
Okay, good.
He could arrest him. Okay. They changed the sodomy law that if you catch people in the act of Sodom and Gomorrah, you can't do anything. So the definition of what they can do, I'm just letting you know, it changed based on the law.
Part of like originally, right, the Defund the Police, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was,
You're wrong.
Was it to like get some of the
That's your computer right here. Keep it up. Go ahead.
Was to get some of the funds and create like
Redirect.
new departments
Redirect.
Yeah, if you look at the media, one side you got the left and the right. So the right says, oh, they want to completely shut down the police. The left says, shut down the whole police, but this and that. But when you look at the actual document, if you go to universities, research institute, it's actually basically what they're saying is they take some of that extra money that is spent on military, on different things, and reapply it on, what do you call it, social...
social services.
So,
Services.
let's say school...
Have a psychiatrist or
mental ill, school, kid social services.
Counselors in cars.
Yeah. Not completely take it out.
Strap.
Yeah.
Not completely take it. But the media make it sound like, oh, look. Because, in a capitalist secular system, they have to make people fight each other, right? Yeah. Because both media they're going to manipulate. Does that make
the
sense?
left took the one extreme, the right took the opposite extreme.
But if you read the document, because, I looked at, the document says, no, they're actually talking about some, not all of it, some that has to go to social services because they're lacking in those areas.
You said there was a lady that she got a law passed in Texas to get a certain...
The lady
Oh, yeah, my client, because her son is, high-functioning autism.
Yes.
Right, so...
Asperger
or whatnot. So you can see a lot of crazy stories. Unfortunately, kids and people that drive the car who have autistic behavior, some of the police on a train have to deal with them.
Yeah.
The first thing they want to do is, especially if they look dark, they want to shoot them.
It happens several times. So, alhamdulillah, she worked on 4 years. I've been helping her with that. So in Texas now, alhamdulillah, they passed a law, right, that if you're autistic, in your driver license, when they pull up information from the plate, you are high-functioning autism, right? And they're going to be trained. Like when you approach them, there's a certain way that they don't mean disrespect. They don't mean to, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So now she put all this training videos and curriculum. She even went with her son. In fact, her son's billboard is somewhere you can see it in 410, right?
Oh, okay.
To go there and train them. And of course, man, it was difficult for her to get this because you know how the legislation and law works and interest and whatnot.
If it doesn't benefit them directly.
Somehow, yeah. But subhanAllah, she spent a lot of time as a mother and her husband all that supported her, but she got it. So now, if your son is autistic and driving, and these police supposed to be trained, that means there's a certain way to approach them. You can't just, tell them because when they smile and laugh and angry, all the same expression. Not all of them, but subhanAllah. So that's what happened because of that addition.
The police, I'm gonna tell you, the police, they're really sensitive. Not all of them.
Yeah.
They run the gamut, right? But nevertheless. Some of them are really sensitive. One of them pulled me over, had me dead to the right. I was driving a 79 Audi with the round lights, like in Europe. I got it from a lawyer, right? Okay, I'm driving a 79 Audi. Had a girl on this side. She had a baby on her lap. No baby, no child seat, right? Yeah. I'm speeding through a school zone. They pull me over, right?
Proof.
You see how many tickets? The girl didn't have a seatbelt.
Yeah.
The baby wasn't in the proper seat. I'm
Speeding,
speeding through a school
school
zone,
zone, while
suspended license, and no insurance.
And stolen car. From a lady.
No.
Grand Theft
The
Auto?
car was the only thing that was legit. Okay. Now, the police pulled me over as a young one and an old one, right?
Yeah.
The young one like, man, you speeding through the school zone. I'm like, okay, what we doing now? I mean, what you gonna do? Put me in jail? What? You know? So he's like, any drugs in the car? I start laughing. And it's almost like I swung at him. He's like, what are you laughing for? Why are you laughing? I say, because you'll do drugs 1,000 times before I think about doing drugs once. So I told him right in his face, right? The older cop, like, they had somewhere to go. Okay,
Yeah.
They had somewhere to go. I had a cop not give me a ticket because I'm finna go get tacos, man. I got a black cop.
I'm hungry.
But nevertheless, they left without giving me no ticket. Handle that suspended license and just drove off.
They should have towed the car.
All of that, white man. Anyway, I'm saying, no, but check it out though. No, I'm serious, bro. I was dead to the wrong.
Yeah.
In all, like 5 different tickets I could have gotten.
Wow.
They left me without giving me a ticket. Say alhamdulillah, you know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm talking about. So they have discretion.
Yeah.
And he got real sensitive because I laughed when he said about drugs. Like, dude, I'm not a drug dude. I've never been a Jahili, Islam. I'm not into that, man. Yeah. Alcohol, drugs, I'm not into it.
But you take ibuprofen.
Well, yeah.
But does he snort it?
No.
Like you?
I crush it up, put it in the water. Oh! Joe Biden! I'm biting that ibuprofen. Now, check it out, though. So defund the police. Defund the police. What happens is every time you mention something against military or police, the media is going to jump in front because they control the modes and means of information. Yeah. What happens? They jump in front and they start controlling the narrative. Yeah. They start giving tafsir a shout out on what you mean. Yeah. Instead of you saying what you mean, they'll say what you mean. They'll say what you mean. And what if they say? Oh, these people want to, not fund the police, and they want the police to walk around with slingshots and all of this is, and
rocks.
And this anti-policing, and this the first people they'll call when they get in trouble and all this stuff, right? So again, what happened? They're trying to control the narrative, putting that out there.
Yeah.
But that's not what the people were calling for. He mentioned what they were calling for, and that's why these people had to raise their voice and say, no, that's not what we meant. But they did not get media opportunity to match the discourse, to match the narrative that was being put out by the government-controlled media that we have here. South America, Korea.
I mean,
North America,
as Muslim, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, that ayah in the Quran, the facts that come to you with the news, you're supposed to verify it. We're verified, whether all the media you have to understand. I remember when I was in college, my amazing atheist teacher was telling me, he's retired Navy. He was telling me, man, there's no such thing as a freedom of press. Yeah, it's a control press. Of course. Because the media, and if you look at all these companies, like even Hollywood, like Fox and 20th Century and Paramount, these are all media companies, right? Yeah, exactly. So it goes from the news to movies to books to songs all together. At the same time, you're living under a system, this mammoth system. Of course, they're going to make you divided. Of course, they're going to control you. And it's very sad that most people are like very simple-minded. They don't spend time to critique. They don't spend time to study. They don't spend time to learn. All they get information from mainstream media or meme on social. That's what they get information from.
With the media controlling the narrative, lying about what the intent was behind the statement defund the police. Okay, with that, some police, and Yusuf bit into it. He bit into it a little bit, and I had to correct him about it. Put him in check, like. No. Some police, I forgot where it was.
He forgot too.
I forgot where the police was. They came out and said a lot of them quit. They quit the police force. Yeah, they quit, Portland. Resigned. But they had alternative. They had alternative.
That place in Seattle. They made their own so-called land.
Yeah,
and they were doing stupid thing. I'm like,
but check it out though. So some of them just outright quit. They got frustrated. Man, you want to defund me? So anyway,
that's his version.
No, but check it out though. Check it out. Some of the cops said we're gonna stay as police, We ain't gonna fight no crime. What happened to the crime? Went up.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if
And
you
people
announce-
saying, see, you want to defund the police? Look, crime went up. No, they stopped doing their job. They stopped doing their job. One cop told me, he said, my job is to drive around and be nosy. He's going to look down every alley, look behind, look at every, his job is just drive around look, and be nosy.
Yeah.
That's his way of, quote unquote, keeping the peace, fighting crime. These cops, like that one cop, me and Ibrahim were pulling out back when I had the red Jeep. You remember my little Jeep I had?
Ibrahim,
I'm pulling out. Yeah, Ibrahim, yeah.
Okay.
So, Alhamdulillah, right?
Yeah.
So I'm pulling out of my drive. I'm pulling out of my drive where I just loaded my tools up to go to work. We're working in Medina Lake, the Patty's house, actually.
Yeah.
So I'm pulling out of the driveway. The cop is sitting over by the church, that church on the corner of my house, because, I'm religious. So the
Very.
church right there.
You do
so the police is sitting there.
dancing
He pulls
too.
over and just pulls up and looking at me. So me and Ibrahim loaded up. I pull out, close my gate. I drive away. He follows me for about 2 miles. Finally pulls me over at 410 in military, right?
Okay.
So he's like, you know how long I've been following you? I say, since I left my house. Big old tall black cop. I said,
Oh,
he
your
said,
people.
Yeah, one of mine. So he said,
Don't do it.
I did not say that.
no, but check it out though.
I did not say
So
that.
he said, you know how long I've been following you? I said, yeah, since I left my house. Oh, that's your house? So yeah, it's my house. What house you think it was? Well, I don't know. You could have been stealing something. I said, yeah, I'm gonna steal something, drive it right in front of you, huh?
Yeah.
That makes no sense. He said,
A lot of things make no sense these days.
you want to be smart, huh? I said, too late. I've been smart before you met me. Like he's like,
This
oh,
guy.
okay. If I ever see somebody breaking your house, I ain't gonna do nothing. What he told me. If I ever see somebody breaking your house, I'm not gonna do nothing. Big old black baby.
Dude, you get like a little
Big
kid.
you big old 300-pound black baby. Oh,
I didn't say that again. But thanks for reading my mind.
no, man, like he gonna get an attitude. If I see somebody break your house, I'm not gonna do nothing. Like, give me a break, man.
Okay.
Anyway, so defund the police. When they stopped doing their job so that the media can report, crime just went up.
Yeah.
Of course, crime gonna go up. And I know police personally that take bribes.
That's common. Yeah.
Personally, I mean, when I was on the street, personally, I'm saying,
Yeah.
they take bribes in the form of gifts, not cash actually, but gifts.
Wrapped gift.
Yeah, big old gold nugget, diamond rings, and whatever. They take gifts. All you got to lean on the car. Hey, officer, just drop it on his lap. Hey, officer, everything cool, man.
Ooh, yeah.
Go ahead.
So you don't wrap it in a box or anything?
No, yeah, that's gay.
We don't get banned.
That means happy. It means happy.
Happy.
Drop down.
Happy, yeah.
That's happy if
Happy,
the
yeah.
police, you drop the police on his lap
Happy, yeah.
and he hit his double and he goes,
Ooh, yeah.
he goes,
Come on, man. Stop it, dude.
I got it at Jared's.
Yeah.
No, bro.
Yeah, but at least the police that follow him did not,
Beat them,
grab him and put him in.
put them on donkeys, and make them drive up and down the road. For 40 days.
so last point I want to make.
Yeah.
Okay. Last point I want to make was that Islamically, defund the police. If
Islamically.
because in our point of view, so our hadara, our culture,
Yeah.
the police and the military are one. Okay. And when we learn studying the nizam of Islam, the system of Islam, we learn that that every citizen is a police.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The instances, like I mentioned, of the Sahaba and Anhum snitching,
To a certain extent.
and you say, man, don't use the word snitching. They were telling. What do you want to call it? I'm saying they were telling the authority, going to the ones in authority, in charge, and saying, this happened. How do we solve the situation? It was always seeking solutions.
It's like checks and balances for the culture.
Exactly. So every Muslim is ordered what? Allah says, "Kuntum khayra ummatin ukhrijat lin-nas, tu'minuna bil-ma'ruf wa tanhawna 'anil munkar." I'm saying? No. Ta'muruna bil-ma'ruf. Ta'muruna bil-ma'ruf wa tanhawna 'anil munkar wa tu'minuna billah.
Okay.
You are the best ummah raised out of mankind, enforcing the right. You enforce the right. You forbid the wrong, and you believe in Allah. So, what Muslim will have a crack house, a trap house next to his house? That's something the neighborhood wouldn't allow.
Yeah.
Forget about fear. That's somebody's son. That's somebody's daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are somebody's children in that house. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. So because we enforce right and we forbid wrong. So what job would the police have? I was telling somebody the other day, I say, Muslim is not a vigilante society. I say, but if you rape somebody, you be safe at the police station. I'm saying?
That part.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah. If you harm a child, you'll be safer with the police.
Yeah.
I'm saying?
For real.
Because you know, that kid got daddies, uncles, cousins, brother, you know what I mean? You know?
That's why in Islamic
Yeah.
culture, it's more collective than excessive individualism. You know, Islam does respect the individual, but not from the Western definition. But collective is what influence everyone's behavior because everyone's responsible for each other. We are responsible for each other. I mean, it's funny
That's
because
community.
that's community. Yeah, because even in friendship, like when you're friend with someone, like real friend, you tell them in their face even when they're wrong. Make sense?
Yeah.
So
They used to feel such a
right, all the time, right? But there's no nifaq. There's no nifaq. There's no like, I don't know what you're feeling because if we care, we got to be honest and upfront. And because we care, we want everybody to go to Jannah, inshallah. We advise each other.
Real.
That's part of the Islamic,
You know what Hillary Clinton said? It takes a village. She was talking about fixing her face. It takes a village of doctors working on that move.
Oh, man.
Look like a Papa John pizza.
yeah. Pizza cake.
Anyway,
Yelling out.
so can we catch up to the comments before we
Okay, let's catch up because
we're going to go into the Islamic
Islamic
history
definition.
and things like that, inshallah, and definitions.
Mashallah, a lot of comments here. Let's go. Let's see.
Don't do the Tesla, brother. Just get to the crux.
Assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum, assalamu
Wa alaikum salam wa
Alaikum
rahmatullahi wa
salam
barakatuh,
to
inshallah.
everybody.
alaikum. Okay, so Linda said, nice beard, Jeremiah.
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
What
let's
about
see.
me?
So,
Because I got a little league, man.
Black Mind says, did someone say police where? Jawad in the house. If you go to the BLM website, it talks about bringing down the patriarchy and removing all male power. That's true.
BLM is LGBTQP R-5.
Yeah, and of course,
5 is the maximum dudes you can have on one dude.
yeah,
Square root.
yeah, they're actually anti-family. In fact, they're actually anti-also black family.
They are.
Yeah, nuclear family. They're against that.
Big C views. My father told me, police and military, worst job in life, yes or no, sir?
Worst job?
I don't know.
Well, American. I mean,
Yeah.
Western, but not Islamic.
Let's see. Black Mind is talking to Jawad. That shouldn't have a question mark at the end. And they said, I don't know. Okay.
He reads everything. Y'all put it in on the screen.
I like this one here.
Yeah.
Oh, mashallah, you fixed it. Mashallah. I'm so proud of you, man. Today I believe in intelligence. So,
Whoa.
Jawad. Yeah, some are calling it the black lesbian militias.
BLM. Okay, there we go.
Can you say that?
Lesbians.
Oh, we have to be careful.
No, we were saying it in a positive way.
Yeah.
That's just who they are.
Yeah.
Okay. Big C views. Does the Quran say there is a shayateen amongst jinn in human form? Because I honestly believe these days shayateens are everywhere.
Yeah, of course. Many of the shayateen among men and jinn, the Surat al-Falaq says.
Yeah.
Actually Surat al-Nas, excuse me. Surat al-Nas. Min al-Jinnati wan nas. So we're seeking refuge from the shaitan, what? Min al-Jinnati wan nas. You know what I'm saying? From among the jinn and the men. So
exactly.
Shayateen of men and jinn.
Exactly. Okay, let's see. Views are... A new training graduate admitted to a friend that they experienced officers confess that minorities were their enemies.
Oh yeah, they caught him on video, audio, saying that we're gonna go out there and kill as many of these black and they were talking about the BLM, talking about killing as many as they can, and they actually were conspiring to start a quote unquote race war. The insurrection, wiping the poop on the wall and all that stuff. That's all. That's FBI. You know what I'm saying, riling the people up. Let's go, let's go.
Terrible
Yeah.
job.
That's FBI. That's all of it.
I've seen videos of that,
That's
yeah.
all of
It
it.
happened with the January 6th situation.
Yeah.
They were involved.
Yeah.
It happens.
Breaking the remember what started the riot?
Yeah,
that
same thing.
BLM
Yeah.
riot, breaking up the window at Target.
Yeah.
It was a police officer did that.
And not just that, even the
Spray painting.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one kid who had the
Little white kid spray
Yeah.
painting BLM.
I thought that was Jeremiah.
What are you doing?
That was Jeremiah.
No, I was.
Yeah, well, that's
In his younger
with you
form.
guys.
Yeah, go for it. Even the truck in the convoy, the freedom
Yeah.
truck coming in Canada, same thing. The main founder, just that they have blue collars,
Yeah.
and they were same thing. Somebody was going there acting like causing like
Yeah.
havoc, but they were very peaceful. But they go act like them.
They're doing
Yeah.
too much. I saw BLM people corrected. Hey, told them two white kids.
What are you guys
a white
doing?
one,
Yeah.
a male and a female.
Yeah.
I don't know what they identify as, but anyway, he told them, "Hey, what are y'all doing?
Yeah,
We're putting Don't do that.
Yeah.
We're doing a peaceful march. Why y'all doing that?
There's
Why y'all
somebody
starting problems?
handing out bricks.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
like,
It's
all
an old
this
school,
stuff,
man.
man. Come on, man.
Look, even the '60s.
Stop playing.
We see many documentaries. Even the '60s, they used to infiltrate.
yeah.
It's all there. It's not a new news. It's been there forever. It's
Bruh,
been going on.
The blessing of Islam.
Yeah.
Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did not have armed struggle in order to fertilize the soil for Khilafah, to fertilize the soil for Allah's rule.
Yeah.
Intellectual struggle was the order of the day.
Yeah.
Even in the early parts, we couldn't even defend ourselves. We're not allowed to defend ourselves in the early part. You know what I'm saying? Because if we did, it would put a stain on the whole movement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yasir, so on and so forth. Well, anha. But nevertheless, after going to Medina,
Mhm.
for a couple of years, Muslims were like, when are we going to fight? 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 Muhammad said, we're not yet been ordered. So it was all systematic. That was an entity that was going to make treaties and wage war against other entities that were hostile. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just, like we do today. Because, I mean, if I'm walking and two black dudes, whatever, jump on you, I'm going to video it. But I'm saying, like, I'm going to turn that video into the authorities. You know what I'm saying? No. I'm in that. I'm in that helping my brother. Them other dudes ain't my brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm in there helping my brother.
Yeah,
That's what's
facts.
going to happen.
Yeah.
But it's not like we are a tight knit, dynamic group like the Sahaba Radiallahu was that is going to launch Islam.
Yeah.
It's not like we're like that. We're basically individuals, and we've already been given the order to protect ourselves, and defend ourselves.
MashaAllah. Two things I want to mention before I forget. Do you remember that brother Musa from the military when the September event happened? He went to the Islamic Center just to, like, I don't know, get rid of us.
Yeah. He had a 45.
Yeah. But as soon as he came to the masjid and he saw and he listened, alhamdulillah, he converted actually,
Well, it was
Yeah.
after a while.
Several times,
He said he went the first time. He left his gun in the car because it's against the law.
Yeah.
It was at the time against the law to take him to a religious establishment. So he's going to murder people,
Yeah.
but he's trying to obey the law at the same time.
Yeah.
I think that was an excuse not to bring it in.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
The next time, I don't know if he brought it or not, but the guy was telling him, hey, you want to talk about Islam? And talk to him. After a few days, the guy said, you ready to be a Muslim? He's like, yeah. Like, it was just like that.
Wow,
Now,
man.
you got to be careful with some of these scenarios. These scenarios, I gave a speech about how I came to Islam at the university. He was on the same speaking panel. He gave a speech how he came to Islam. And these stories are really, really touching.
Yeah.
But guess who else is touching? The FBI is touching the masajid.
Yeah.
These stories, I'm saying these
Just a
stories
warning.
are there for a reason.
Yeah.
These incidents, there's similar incidents.
I'm very glad that you put that.
There's similar
word.
incidents
Yeah.
where the infiltrator comes in and takes shahada to do what? Bro, ain't nothing happening at Islamic Center except same sex.
But that's a very good warning. To be honest with you.
Same sex and cover politics.
Yeah, that's a very good warning. Yeah, right. But that's a very good warning, actually, right? So that's a very excellent warning. We all have to be aware. Later on, he basically told some of the brothers that in the military, he said that when I was there, they used to put like the Muslim Arab and women and children
Effigy.
train.
It's called an effigy.
So they trained them on.
Basic training. They were shooting Arab effigies.
Yeah.
So when I went to this last place, to the range, basically,
Yeah.
the range, they have targets that are Arabs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the traditional
Yeah.
Bedouin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Looking at
Yeah.
Arabs, and I'm just there like.
Yeah,
I'll
it
take
basically
that one.
brainwashing. Yeah, brainwashing. So that was
Crazy, bro.
so that was one point, and the second point I just forgot. Okay.
Go back to the comments.
All right, so Jawad said there's a video online about an Iraqi war veteran who came back and threw his medals. Yeah, I saw that documentary on the ground and said we don't why we went to Iraq. We heard random people and radio people have homes for no reason.
These are decent people. Now, a brother, not the brother, but one of the brother, this random dude put a comment on one of the videos. I forgot which one it was. I don't know if it was ours or another video. He said that the German soldiers got a bad rap. He said it was the French soldiers that were going door to door, raping and harming people and snatching people out their homes, stuff like that. He said the German soldiers were forbidden to enter people's homes. If they did, they had to answer straight to Hitler. They could not enter people's homes. Hitler said you can't enter their home and you can't let them feed you. That's a war strategy too. You can't. They're poisoning. You know what I'm saying? But he said you can't enter their home and you can't accept food from them. You know, that was part of the rule. He said it was actually the French soldiers that were doing all the havoc. You know?
Yeah. I mean, even like,
I can't say one way or another,
Yeah.
but I mean, I don't doubt that
Yeah.
whatsoever. You know what I mean?
because people need to stop living in a fairy tale. When situation with the Ukraine and US and NATO and whatnot's happening, there's gonna be a lot of lies, a lot of cover up, a lot of repeated history.
Yeah.
It's the same old tape, but with a new cover. And again, a lot of simple-minded people are going to fall into this trap. So Black Mindset, their job is to use blackmail death to get famous and then emasculate black males.
BLM again, yeah.
Yeah.
BLM.
Yeah.
Black males! Okay.
Boom.
Big C views. Russia is spending more than 15 billion a day on their war on Ukraine. They are
15 billion?
Yeah, billion. They are going broke.
They throw this number out there, man.
Again, we don't know what's the game, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Jawad, I think the whole Russia thing is conservative versus liberalism. Ukraine wants NATO, and they have liberal ideals.
They're really the same
They're all from the
coin,
same-
though. It's
yeah.
the same coin.
That's my point too.
So conservatism, liberalism, they're all from the Almania. They're all
They have the
cousins.
same agenda. They want to take two different roads to reach it.
Think of it this
Yeah.
way. Anybody
Yeah.
watch the?
At least conservatives are more honest.
Yes.
Liberals are really deceptive.
That's what Malcolm X said
You know,
before. You know?
they do like this,
Yeah.
and they stabbing you
Stab
the
you.
whole time. They patting you in the back.
With a
Yeah.
conservative in your face.
Like right in your face.
Exactly right. But the thing is, anybody watches WWF? And I used to watch.
I used to watch
used
that.
to, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, until I became a man.
so the
Bunch
Western.
of men running around in little panties. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Banties.
What were you watching?
Band.
Oh.
Boomers.
Hey, Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
My people. Okay.
Nature Boy or something.
So the Western politics is like wrestling. No, it is. It's like wrestling.
No, it's all
Because
a
you
show.
think
Ooh, yeah.
like when people talk about
booty. Yeah.
when people talk
Give
about
it to me, baby.
what do you call people talk about Hillary and what is it Trump are eating a cheetah. No, they drink orange juice when they're like in a private room. They chill.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
friends.
Yeah.
Taking pictures after the debates.
There's literally
Dinner.
pictures of, I think it was the Clintons were at the Trump's wedding, one of his many weddings.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're obviously
The politicians.
And you know, there's family tree.
Yes.
yes.
Actually, the Obamas are hanging from Bush's family tree.
What the hell, man?
Oh, bruh.
I did not say that.
So
Okay.
How's
So-
They actually have.
they say that all the
actually are,
presidents are descended from one of two families.
But there's one that's not, right? Isn't there one?
It's actually a couple that broke the Freemason thing
Yeah.
too, that were not
Yep.
actually Freemasons. So
Yeah.
there's exceptions, but they made
Right.
sure Obama, who was a junior senator, rise like really fast to the top
Yeah.
and became presidential. Usually you got to pay your dues.
Yeah.
He had to pay his dues.
So it says the U.S. presidents who descend from King John of England.
Yeah.
42 out of 43 of them. Who was the 43rd? Who was that one that didn't?
It was like Carter or something like that.
Was it? It wasn't Obama.
No,
Obama's in Bush of
Really?
relative.
Are they
Yeah.
cousins?
Yeah, she relative. Yeah.
Wow.
Mama side.
Okay.
On his mama's side.
Mama say, Magbus. Okay.
All right.
All right.
What to say?
Okay, so Black Mind. Yes, Awal was built between my childhood neighborhood and the interstate next door. We could not hear the traffic anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in regards to
The neighborhood, the city planning. Planning on killing everybody.
There's a female officer that has an OnlyFans as a second income. What's her account?
How much? How much?
How much? Is she pretty? Is she
Her.
single?
That's
Astaghfirullah. Anyway,
trash, bro.
I couldn't. $3.
That's
You ain't worth 3 cents.
3 what?
It's about $3 for OnlyFans. They ain't worth 3 cents.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so Big C views interacting with Jawad and Black Mind. I think they are either leaving Russia to do I can't English, man. Use Grammarly.
Let's move on.
Use Grammarly.com.
Let's go topical.
Okay.
Yeah, don't read those.
Yeah.
comments.
I'm like that to show the one that the lady got attacked by the beta male guy. Wasn't
What happened?
Jack, whatever, the one that attacked that lady?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, let me see. Let's get it. Go. Okay.
It's all quiet. This is like
Exactly.
should not.
Okay. But in the West, people policing themselves and film it. Look at the mask situation or the jab.
Yeah.
Karens are polices.
Oh, bro.
Polices.
Excuse me.
That's the worst department of the.
Some people are saying end time situation is going to happen. Others are saying World War III is going to start. No, it's not going to start. Come on. What I saw
Tell him
from
topical.
this gender roles became established. Like, I don't know.
So we're almost to the bottom of the comments.
Yeah.
Okay, go past. No, way down here. Way down here.
He's still looking. It's like,
Oh, have you heard about this one?
What's
let's
that?
see. What is that?
Men in Ukraine 18 to 80 are mandatorily told to stay behind if it enforces they have to fight against the
No,
Russians.
actually, it was. Is it 16 to 60 or something like that? It wasn't 80. It wasn't 80.
I think it was 18 to 60.
60.
18
Some
to
people said
60.
60 and some people said
I
it went
share
out
that.
to 50.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But the point, where are the feminists now? Like, that's the
Like,
point.
you
Like,
do,
where are
like,
the feminists, right?
75.
Yeah,
Equality?
with their short haircuts.
Yeah, where are the feminists? Yeah.
Everyone with a short haircut got to stay behind.
Get out there.
Every woman that talk back to her husband got to stay behind.
Oh my god.
Front line. Put them on the front line.
Where's Rosie the Riveter when you?
Jay just said, replace the police with a bunch of Karens neighborhood watch scheme.
Oh yeah. I'll marry a Karen.
I was gonna say you would do good with the
Yeah,
Karen.
I'll marry a
Yeah,
Karen.
but
I'll marry a Karen. So inshallah,
Alhamdulillah.
let's talk about the Yanis.
Okay, so
Transition.
Since alhamdulillah we're Muslimin, right? So in Islam, the word shurta means police. So if you get a chance, you can check out islamstory.com by Dr. Raghib Sarjani, who's actually specialized in Islamic history. So I
Okay.
pulled up this topic, and I'm gonna kind of skim through some of the definition right here. Let's see. Okay, ولقد عرف المسلمون نظام الشرطة منذ النبي. So the system of shurta started at the time of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay. وإن لم تكن what is it? منظمة فقط. What is it? It wasn't like completely systemized, but it still existed because one of the Sahaba used to be always with Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, like trying to make sure that he's okay.
Like security.
Security, yeah. بخاري also فقد ذكر البخاري في صحيحه أن قيس بن سعد الصحابي قيس بن سعد كان يكون بين يدي النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. So he was with Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم all the time, like for security and protection.
Yeah.
Okay. بمنزلة صاحب الشرطة من الأمير. So he was like in charge of the concept of shurta, right? And the first one, and I learned this when I was very young, the أول من سن نظام العسة. We used to call it in Mecca Asa. This is the police that drive at night to make sure that everyone is like okay. Like hey, you guys are doing anything crazy, they check on you, right?
Yeah.
So Umar bin Khattab radiallahu anhu, he was the first one to establish this.
Yeah.
Okay, even though at the time of Bakr they existed, but Umar made it like kind of more like an.
But Omar Radlan used to do it as an individual too.
Yes.
As an individual. He's
Yes, by himself as a Khalifa, subhanAllah. So he used to check on the Ummah. He used to knock the door and ask them, hey, y'all good? Y'all okay? How is everything? Then during the day, he checked the souk, the market, to make sure everything is, good. Alhamdulillah. So it's from the deen, right? And so that was فكان يعص بالمدينة أن يطوف بالليل يحرس الناس ويكشف عن التلبية في الصباح. That means in the morning, then he checks on Khalifa by himself. To show me any so-called Muslim leaders do this kind of stuff these days, right?
Yeah.
Then this system improved at the time of the Abbasiyya. I'm sorry, at the time of the Umayyad Khilafah. Then of course expanded in Abbasiyya, then expanded in Andalusiyya, then and so forth. But even at the time of Abbasiyya, some of these shurta, when we should talk about one day about how in Islamic government you have the Khalifa, then you have the Amir, then you have the Wali, then you have Muawin, all the stuff. So the Wali, when he goes to Hajj or when he goes to a different city, guess what? The shurta, the guy, the police will be in his position to foresee. So they had more responsibility, not just like
Well, real quick.
Fadl.
Even after the fall of the Khilafah, many, even after colonization, the government was not Islamic anymore, right? You saw the functionality of Muslims and the fruits of Islam still being reaped. Why? Because every individual was not a believer, but every individual was Muslim enough to control their neighborhoods, to make sure nothing bad was happening, so on and so forth.
They had that mentality.
Yeah. So this is the issue. So the fruits will still benefit. There still was safety. There still was security.
Culture,
because it was embedded in these believers. Yeah, the authority changed. You know what I'm saying? The authority was not from Islam anymore, but the Muslims still enjoying right and forbid wrong.
Yeah.
To the level that they could, being just citizens,
But without the leadership, that slowly fades away. And
eventually. Then you got Lebanon, look like New York.
It's funny because right now in the secular, because all the Muslim state are the secular state, right?
Yeah.
Guess what? Even in Bangladesh, we don't respect the police anymore. We bribe them, we beat them. Yeah, it happens in Bangladesh. It happens even in the Khalij. They don't.
Well, you saw with George Floyd.
Yeah.
It were how many states? Like over 50 states. It was like not states, countries. There was demonstrations and
there's a lot
rioting
of
against the police. People rose up just from that one incident. You know what I'm saying? One incident.
Yeah, so people don't respect them anymore, unfortunately, because again, you're under the system that it is not in the interest of protecting. It's not in the interest of protecting the. In fact, if you think about it, it's more like controlling.
It's like a petri dish for corruption as well. These types of systems. I would challenge someone to find like an example of substantial corruption during the time of like the police force during Umar ibn Khattab.
Well, even if they found something, because they can manufacture it. Yeah. It's history. It's not a source of hukum sharia. It's not like it's an isnad, that we can actually, weigh it, like we do with ahadith and things like that.
Yeah.
But the point is that from the time Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the way the Sahaba reacted with him, when Abu Dhar called Bilal ibn Rabah radiallahu anhuma, called him the son of a black crow, right? He didn't say, man, bump you Arabs, because Abu Dhar, they say he was more Arab than the Arab. He was really nationalistic, really tribalistic. They say he was more Arab than Arab, right? And Bilal did what? Did an about face and went straight to Rasul Muhammad. I'm saying, and you have many incidents like that. People going to the Prophet Muhammad to solve issues. In these days, times, oh man, you snitching, whatever they say. But the point is that this is the culture that Islam stems from. Yeah. I'm saying you're right, and you want to seek what's right.
Mm-hmm.
Allah talks about in the Quran when Aisha al-Anha was slandered. Why didn't you go to the proper authorities? I'm saying, why didn't you go straight to Rasul Muhammad? Why did you start spreading rumor? I'm saying around about the issue.
Yeah,
go to the proper authorities. So anyway.
Okay, that's really good. So at the time of the Khulafa Rashidin, this system or this type of task was developed, right? So let's see here. قد بدأت بسيطة في أحد الخلفاء الراشدين ثم أخذ تطور. That means it got developed. وازداد تنظيما, become more systemized in the عصر الأموية العباسية, in the time of the Abbasi Khilafah and the Umayyad Khilafah, right? Then what happened? Every city used to have a special like a department with the police and whatnot. Some of them involved with the crime, and they used to have a specific clothes. Some of them they wear like some sort of like a band to indicate that they're police. So when they walk on the street, they know, right?
But that's also an issue here. I don't know about other cities, but in San Antonio, they had these unmarked cars. They had these tinted windows, and the lights were embedded. So you don't know if they're putting them cherries come on. They were driving the new Ford Taurus. They were driving Chargers, and all kind of different cars they had. Big on Ford Explorers here, things like that. So they were unmarked. You could faintly see police on the side. Some of them were totally unmarked.
Yeah.
And if citizens complain, what if we need help? You got these unmarked cars walking around. Are they to assist and help us if we're in distress? They say, yeah. They say, well, you have to put something on these cars. Because that's actually, a deception.
Yeah, it can also be dangerous too, because how would you know it's a police if they're approaching you?
That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not pulling over.
Yeah.
I'm not pulling over. And when I drive and pull over to a police station and get pulled over there, now he gonna get out with an attitude. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then, he gonna say something, I'm gonna say something, and then,
You're supposed to call 911 while he's following you.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to report it and say, is this an actual police officer or not? But,
So, as I mentioned, يلبسون زيا خاصا, the specific clothes. يحملون مطارد, they have like some sort of like chasing it. Then also they were carrying the qawanis at that time, like the light lantern, okay, and dogs. They used to walk with the dogs. Then at the time of الشرطة في الدولة الأموية, so the أموية معاذ بن سفيان, he basically expanded it. Then he created something called شرطة الحرس الشخصي, which is it's like a national guard, but it's more like a security, like a private. شرطة الحرس الشخصي, like a private kind of police, individual. شخصي, individual. شخصية, individual.
Okay.
وكان أول ما اتخذ الحرس في الحضارة الإسلامية. This was the first one. وخاصة وقد and the reason because why? He was emphasizing on this because خلفاء الراشدين like Umar and Ali and Uthman were attacked. So that's what the so-called the president's bodyguard.
Yeah, Secret Service.
The concept behind it. Because Umayyah was also expanding, so they needed some sort of like a personal police to kind of.
And that's just to give it. As an ummah, we should have a lot of statesmen.
Yeah.
If we got sincere big shuyukh, ulama, we should have a lot of statesmen that can easily take up the mantle of ruling. But the way that Omar was assassinated and stuff like that produces instability. Although it's 3 days, 2 nights. That's the longest you can go without a khalifa. 3 days, 2 nights. That's how long you have to decide. Now, that means that these munafiqun, these individuals could just start killing. They can start killing the khulafa as much as they could. And that really causes destabilization. Why? Because you got to keep electing.
Yeah.
Although it's not a problem except for the fact of stability. You can't have that. So the Secret Service for Muslims, although we're not suspicious of the Ummah, we don't fear the Ummah, but the hypocrites are real.
Yeah,
The hypocrites are real.
No doubt.
So this idea of Secret Service, things like that, where do you think they get it from? But Omar's statement was that there's justice. When there's justice, you have no need to fear the people.
Right.
He didn't fear the people. There was one Abu Lu'lu, the hypocrite.
His name is funny.
Was the one.
His Lu'lu means
He was the
pearl.
one. Yeah.
It's a pearl.
Lu'lu, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is a very long
Precious
article.
pearl.
This is a very long article. So I'm going to cover some of the interesting things you like. For example, this was, I think this was an Abbasiyya, one of the very well-known wali of Masr, of Egypt. This was in 253 Hijri.
Wali is like governor?
Yeah. And this one, police, of course, or shurta, what he used to do, he used to basically prevent the tabarruj. Tabarruj.
Showing the
and also ضرب المخانيث المخنثين. Those are like,
Well, the definition of mukhanith, they don't have any attraction for women. They don't notice women. That's one definition. If a man is imitating a woman, that's not mukhanith.
Yeah.
That's different. Mukhanithin have no. They may be soft-spoken. They may be
effeminate,
like eunuchs with the junk, but they got junk. You know what I'm saying, but they don't notice the women. They're not attracted to women.
Are they attracted to men?
No, they're not attracted to women.
Okay.
So what are they attracted to? Just nothing.
There's just no attraction.
So they got to be attracted.
Just leave it.
I'm trying to figure out.
Just leave it at that.
I'm trying to figure out why they got to be
I
attracted.
know. Just leave it at that. Leave it
So
at
they're
that. Okay.
asexual, basically.
As humans,
They're
is it
asexual.
natural to be?
Asexual.
Mukhannath, sometimes.
Well, asexual means without sex itself. Asexual means without sex.
Okay.
I'm saying that a qualification for mukhanathin can be servants of women too.
Yeah.
They serve the women.
Yes.
Because they don't have any attraction or desire for them.
Right.
They don't notice them.
Right.
One was in the company of Aisha al-Anha and other women and talked about the roles that another woman had on her sides, that she'll be a good match for brother such and such, right? Muhammad SAW heard about that. He said he can no longer be around you guys. He notices women.
I thought he told all of the Sahaba, throw them in out, men servants out of your house.
There are different levels because Mukhannath could also mean Mutashab al-Mara, the one who imitates women in his suluk, in his behavior, in his clothing, in his way talk, and everything. Okay.
Well, you can't have those people around.
Yeah.
So the ones that were servants were not.
Yeah. Then he was.
They were not imitating women.
Yeah, so
they were just men that had no desire for.
Yeah. So Sadiq, the definition. One is what Sadiq talked about, and the other one is like the one who imitate like the woman. Like what we see nowadays. Stuff like that. So
yeah, and let's see in the front row with the men.
Right, yeah. So but this, again, Islamstory.com. It's unfortunately it's not in English. It has some English, but this complete long list of definition and the history behind it, how it developed and stuff like that, and all the resources from the hadith, from the Islamic books, from the Islamic history books, all right there. It's very long. So I recommend that you go to Islamic Story and just type Shurta or police and Islamic Story.
So in summary, defund the police from the Islamic point of view. Well, okay, from their point of view was saying that the police, if you're going to separate military and police, let's not make the police the military, including the arsenal that their $40 billion a year budget has. In any particular place the budget's different, but the $40 billion a year, they buy these tanks and this other stuff that the military has. If you're going to separate them, separate them. And if you need military, call in the National Guard, Reserve, whatever you're going to do, okay?
Yeah.
Or the actual, if there's a base on your, whatever. Anyway, okay, it was hijacked in the media, the government-controlled media controlled the narrative and try to say that, they want to take the money out of our pockets, out of our pay. We don't get paid enough. The job is dangerous. We don't get paid enough at all already, right? Then they said that that the police, some police said, hey, we're going to quit. We quit. It's just too much. We can't take it. We're going to quit. They're talking about taking our pay away. We're going to quit. So all of that was just to make drama. I don't know if they ever actually quit. Probably got paid leave. I don't know what happened. Then some cops said, we're not going to do our jobs. Watch the crime rate. That's not what Defund the Police was about.
It started off just talking about redirecting funds.
Redirecting funds. Yeah. To social workers and psychiatrists and people that can deal with the population.
Giving the police a realistic level of
taking them
firepower.
out of danger.
Yeah.
They claim it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're out of danger. Yeah. You got a psychiatrist that can talk a man off a roof. You got a psychiatrist that could
we have that
talk
in
down
Texas.
An angry person.
Yeah, we have that in Texas.
You know what I'm saying? If you get high with the police, you go 10, he's going 11. Okay? Yeah. A psychiatrist, they're trained to, if you're 10, they train to stay at 1 and 2. Bring you down till y'all meet an understanding. Okay, now let's have a civil conversation. It's a whole different dialogue when you're dealing with somebody that actually has a vested interest in your well-being. Yeah. Versus somebody, cop told me, Allah is my witness, a cop told me, dead man don't tell. He said, we learn in the academy it's best to kill him. Cop told me that. We learn in the academy it's best to kill the person.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, bro.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Man.
Yeah. I have conversations with people.
Yeah.
A cop arrested me one day. I'm in the backseat talking to him. He apologized to me on the way to the police station for arresting me. It was just tickets.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was on my way to Yusuf's house. His ex, I was on my way to their house. We was going to have dinner. And we didn't make it. I don't know if you remember. We didn't make it because I got pulled over. You know what I'm saying? And my wife started barking at I said, don't do it. Don't make it worse, So the cop, Mexican cop, he's taking me, you thought he was white. Anyway, so he's taking me down, and I'm talking to him about, why did you stop me? Why did you pick me? I'm browbeating him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He apologized to me, and at the end, you walk in, he got to take his gun out, put it in the lock box, and he walked me in like that. He's like, reach out his hand and shake my hand. I'm like, I ain't shaking your hand, dude.
Yeah,
I'm saying?
you still got it.
Like I say, we, even as a calf, I used to have conversations with Kufar. You know what I'm saying? I mean, with police and stuff like that. So we have a dialogue. I understand. That's why they trust me to tell me, yo, man, we totally kill y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. Not, he didn't say blacks.
Yeah.
He said just the suspect is better to kill him. If you got any fault, any wrong that the DA, that the defense or the DA, it's best to kill him. He said, dead man don't testify. So again, when the police stopped doing their jobs, they were just trying to fit the narrative that was produced by the government-controlled media.
Yeah.
Oh, look, crime went up in here. Crime went up here. Yeah, because the police ain't doing their jobs. So, Islamically, the police and the military are one. This is a summary. Police and military are one.
Yeah.
Because the police and the military are culture. And the military actually, I should say the police and military are one. They're actually, the police are the actual military, and military are actually police. And we have Islamic references that we can go to and show that these Secret Service, police, and these type individuals were actually implemented by the Khilafah state.
Yeah.
Even to the point, we're discussing how would the future Khilafah state run. It would run like it did in the past.
It's
You know what I'm
supposed
saying?
to,
Ala min hajj nabuwa, right? Just
On-
like that.
On the Quran and Sunnah,
Yeah, Quran and Sunnah. But guess what, though? You know how the courts are backed up when you go to ticket court and stuff like that, really backed up.
Yeah.
The Islamic State, the police will ride, the judges, the minor judges will ride around and solve car wrecks right there on the spot.
Yeah.
There's no court case, 2 years later, lawsuit, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Everything's solved on the spot.
That's
Our judges are in cars, bro.
I mean, even if
The
you
big
watch,
judges, the Mahkamut Madalim, the big court, yeah, you got it. That's
if you watch like Abdul Hamid the second series, if you watch a couple other fictional dramas, at the time of the Uthmani Khilafah, right? You can see some of the judges actually going out and fighting and
You know
fixing
why?
and
Because they would advise.
Yeah.
They would advise, hey, this is how it was. They would advise. So the producer took the advice. Otherwise, you'll see them make we'll do like this.
Just,
I don't know. But they do
Go
anything, huh? They do anything. I'm serious, bro. It's crazy. It's like, who's advising these people?
yeah.
It's crazy. Anyways, hold on. So that's what we're trying to get at by defund the police. We're not saying defund the police. That's not our stance. We want Islam.
Yeah.
We want Islam to be revived. We want Islam to come back. And until Islam come back, we're not satisfied with anything less than Islam. Why are you in this country? Why don't you leave this country? Go where?
Yeah.
You people are everywhere. You people have ruined every
the
single speck of
capitalists.
dirt, every grain of sand on this earth. You people have ruined it.
The what do you call it? The embassies and the military base, like all over the Muslim land,
SubhanAllah.
But yeah, I'm glad you mentioned this because a lot of Muslims don't know this. And because we're so busy talking about the individual, wipe your socks and put your feet or whatever, put your pants up, pants down, I don't know, make wudu, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, the Muslims are busy talking about what? Like, what in
What's wrong with
the-
this dude, man? What's wrong with this dude?
Go on. What you say? I thought it was empty. I thought I was gonna spit my gum in it, and then there's water in there.
He'll spit his gun up.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
So, because Islam is a way of life for us, that means it's not like any other religion based on the Western definition. It has its own economic system, it has its own political system, social system, and the Muslim need to know this. Unfortunately, a lot of there's some sincere ulama that are unfortunately in jail. May Allah, Allah yafrij anhum, may Allah release them. But the majority, they don't talk about this subject, right? When I say we're talking about Muslim are back home, so we should take care of our own house. Right? That means let's work on implementing our deen back home. That's what I'm talking about. But we need to know about this stuff. Because whoever thought of, because now we reduce Islam like any other religion.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like economy, social problem, political problem, foreign diplomacy, nobody has a clue. Even the one that goes to Azhar and Medina and Dimashq and whatnot to study the so-called Iqtisad al-Islami, right? They talk about jizya rule, they talk about zakah rule, they talk about Amir al, Junud and whatnot. When you ask them about the nowadays, what's the solution? They're like, I don't know. So all you gave me just all the information.
Or vague answers.
Oh, vague answers.
That's not practical.
Right? So to show you from this topic is like, we're not agreeing with the left and the right because this is their problem and their system. Yes, we're living in it, but we know the solution from the Islamic perspective. So the ulama need to, just stop cowering down and just reducing the deen like a package. I mean, even the non-Muslim, mashallah, I say mashallah because they are more ideological than the Muslim. I mean, the non-Muslim, I'm sorry. The non-Muslim are more ideological than the Muslim without even realizing. Like, you meet a lot of Christians or atheists and Jews and whatnot, right? They follow the deen, the so-called individual deen. When it comes to like politics, when it comes to like economy, when it comes to like foreign policy, they're capitalists, they're secularists, right? Whether they realize it or not. Very ideological. Does that make sense? But Muslim, we are not. Solution is in the deen, Solution is in Islam. Then why we're not talking about this stuff?
Well, the Muslim is ideological. They're just following the wrong ideology.
No, they're not ideological. From
No,
the definition,
they're actually not at all.
Yeah, no.
And the ones that are, very few are upon the Islamic ideology, and the majority are upon the ideology of kufr.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's what they promote. But
secular
most
capitalism.
are not ideological at all. They're not.
They're just kind of just going with the flow.
You remember how I mentioned that the non-Muslim are ideological without realizing because they were brought and trained that way? I agree with you right now partially because Muslims are ideologically not Islamic ideology.
Right.
They actually follow, when they talk about, for example, the only way, some people say that, well, if you don't come to Fajr, why you talk about the Nidam Islam? If you don't, every individual must practice, every individual must be good. I'm like, that's a secular idea. Mm-hmm. Individualism, that everyone has to be good for the up to be good. No,
it goes top bottom. It doesn't go bottom top.
I mean, you start from the bottom, of course, but you're reaching the top, so the top can fix the hole.
Well, where you start where you are.
Yeah.
Not always at the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying
Muhammad Sallallahu started at the bottom. We will be starting not at the bottom.
Yeah.
We might be starting at 3 or 4. If we're going to 10 on the scale, might be starting at 3 or 4. Why? Because we have lands, we have resources, we have Muslims. You know what I'm saying? It's just that we got to change the mentality.
You're right. Like you said, like with the Ukraine, right? They showed the Chechnyan armies are fighting with the Muslimin. So I'm saying that we are not short on resources. We're not short on armies. Some Muslim land, mashallah, have a strong army. Some of them are very weak. Okay, so you know what I mean. But we have the resources. So when we start small, but we have to reach the top, the influencers, to make the changes. Not just focus on every single individual. Because Umar Khattab said that when you work on yourself, guess what? You're going to do that till Yawm al-Qiyamah. So that means what? Never going to come back. If everyone's going to tell everybody, hey, work on yourself. And I hate that statement. Brother, work on yourself. Everyone's working on themselves.
No, you know what that's equal to? Telling people, drink water.
Yeah.
Drink water. Drink water.
Right. And also, when you say work on yourself, are you saying they're not good Muslim anywhere?
Exactly.
There are many good Muslims if you're, mashallah.
Many good Muslims.
Good practicing brothers and sisters. Allah feeding,
everything. There are good Muslims in the land of Tawheed.
Yes. So,
matter of fact, we need a few of them to invest in our thing.
Project, yeah.
We're gonna put it on paper. We're gonna put it on paper, really nice.
So I'm basically saying, like, I mean, come on, just wake up. You know, it's getting old, man. Because the situation of the Ummah, I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna be proven. And even if Allah took my life, I hope this is gonna be a proof. In Yawm al-Qiyamah, that the situation of the Ummah not gonna be resolved. It's gonna get worse and worse and worse. I don't know when the Ummah gonna wake up. I don't know when they're gonna wake up. We're like the sleeping giant. It's gonna get worse and worse and worse. I don't want to be. I'm not a negative person. You all know that. I'm very positive, right? But it's gonna get worse. Why? Because we're too busy talking about every country for themselves, or I'm a proud of my land, or
nationalism,
another disease, right? Oh, I listen to my sheikh.
Seeking pride from the honors of Jahili.
Yeah.
I'm saying Jahiliyyah, you know what I'm saying? There's no pride in that.
Yeah, it is not impossible. Muhammad Sallallahu and the Sahaba and the ulama in the past did it. We're not that too old. 1924 was the last time. That's not too long ago, right? It's not like 5,000 years. And in business, when you talk about any ideas, you want to make it successful by the grace of Allah, you take action. Anything is possible once you take action and move on with it. But we choose to go with the most better easy, like easy and weak approach, because conflict sometimes cause hardship. I guess most of us, like, brothers, what's his name, Miraj, always talk about, we love the biryani and the shish kebab and that kind of stuff, and never want to shake the boat. That's why all of us are like Mr. Nice Guys, like, like the Robert Glover, Mr. Nice Guy don't want to shake the boat, they want to please everybody. But anyway, that's my.
It means rock the boat.
Oh yeah, rock the boat.
Shake the boat.
Yeah, shake the boat. Monkey do, monkey say.
You gotta get in the water to shake the boat.
Monkey
You
do,
can be in
monkey,
the boat and rock
hey,
it.
monkey do, monkey say, shake the boat, and
Yeah,
make it till you fake it.
Yeah,
Everything is opposite.
That's
Get
my
some
favorite one.
Merch.
Fake it till you fake it. I like
Monkey
it.
say,
Hey,
monkey
we should
do.
do it. We should do it.
He said, monkey say, monkey
Yeah,
do.
we should do it.
Don't shake the boat.
Shake the boat.
Oh,
Don't get
man.
outside of the boat and shake it. Anyway, where we
What
at
are
now?
you doing in the water?
Shaking my Muslim head.
Yeah, what's a shaking?
Shaking my Muslim head.
I guess
Oh, the Chechen.
the Chechen. Yeah, I mean, it looks beautiful, but I'm like, really?
The Chechen soldiers are going to fight on the side of poutine. you know what poutine is, right?
That's like
It's a Canadian.
fries.
It's fries and gravy.
Okay.
It's called
with, like
poutine.
cheese on it or something.
I don't think they put
Is
cheese.
it-
Maybe they do. I
does
don't
it taste
know. But
good?
I know
I think they
it's
debate on
gravy.
what's
It's
better.
gravy over fries. I was actually going to make some just to try it out. You know.
Yeah.
But I heard if you eat too much poutine, you're gonna be poutine.
Poutine.
You're gonna be on the toilet poutine.
Does it taste good?
I don't know. I'm gonna
Hey,
try.
but that was random. I
There's
wouldn't
any
mention it.
Canadians,
We'll try.
anybody
But
ever
anyway,
had it?
the
Drop a comment.
the Chechen fighters, they are known for their bravery.
Yeah,
They are known for their fierceness and their skill.
yeah.
They are putting that bravery, fierceness, and skill up to
For the wrong-
to Putin, right?
Yeah.
Okay, didn't they fight Putin?
That's what frustrating. I mean, they fought the Russian before,
Anyway,
man.
so they're joining Putin to take over Ukraine. Perhaps he offered them something.
possible because they follow,
Perhaps he offered them
because
something.
he follow one of the leader basically.
Yeah.
It's like their Amir, whatever.
Yeah, he's speaking on their behalf, and they're in the back. Of course, they're making salat. I made salat with Abdul sugar cookies.
Oh man.
Yeah. Woo, woo, woo. I.
Oh no! Oh man!
Let's pray.
Oh
I'll
man!
be behind you. Anyway, so I'll pray behind you. No, man, right here on the right side.
Oh,
I'll pray like this.
Keep an eye on him, man. Oh man.
Oh man! Come on!
Yeah.
man.
So anyway, I done prayed with a lot of types of people. So just because people are in salat, we love the way it looks. Especially, man, look, bro. I'm gonna tell you something. I had a alternative lifestyle experience. I saw a Chechen fighter back when they was fighting Russia.
Yeah.
He was like sitting on his rock with his Kalashnikov, and he was sitting there. I said, man, that's one of the most handsome men I've seen in my life,
manly.
bro.
Yeah, it's a
I mean,
real man.
the way, bro, man, it's like a lion.
No, I feel you.
It's like a lion, bro. Sitting there with his big beard, man. That Kalashnikov, he's sitting there just looking into space.
Yeah.
Another one I saw.
And another
A
one.
Russian tank had rolled over him. He was dead.
Oh,
And he's
this is the
laying
one.
down, he's looking up. This brother smiled.
Yeah.
I'll marry my daughter to him, bro.
Mashallah.
Under that tank. I'm telling bro, the tank rolled over him. It's no like scream. No. Bro, this brother smiling like Allah showed him something. I said, man.
Yeah, if you remember,
I said, man, that's one of the most handsome. I saw the other one handsome. This one right here, his smile. I said, man, that's the most beautiful smile I've ever seen in my life, bro.
when they were fighting,
What sister see that brother and be like,
what was that though?
can you marry a brother that's deceased?
What-
Like, can I get a contract?
but-
They were told they were told they were fighting jihad, right?
No, but what's
Well, against Russia,
There was an
but-
actual
but,
war
yeah,
between,
yeah.
because the Russian was fighting the Chechens, and they were mostly Muslim, and
Yeah.
the Chechen were fighting the Russian, and a lot of Muslims joined them, and which was alhamdulillah. But the sad thing is, again, once the war is over,
But now I don't know how they justifying it.
Yeah.
They're praying in ranks, and they about to go fight against Ukraine. Like, why?
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, as Muslims, like they say, you got to go to the forest, protect yourself to a tree. Even some Sahaba, anhum, didn't know who side to take, Ali or Muawiyah.
Yeah.
Right? They didn't know who side to take, so what did they do? They stayed out of it. It's better for the Chechen soldiers, after they finish making salat, to go in the forest and hug a tree.
Yeah.
It's better for them, man. Yeah. I mean, we in a bad position.
But like you said before, because we are Muslim traditionally.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not Muslim.
Ideologically.
Yeah. When I say ideologically, I'm talking about Islamic ideology, not the other Western ideologies. You know, so it looked nice, but at the same time, it's kind of sad. You know.
So anyway, to your Chechen brothers that are fighting on behalf of Russia, I don't get it. It don't look very Islamic to me. So for that reason, we're shaking our Muslim head. So I think they're going to have one more comment.
Okay, so Jawad said that or the Islamic one obey the rulers.
Classic.
I'm sorry, or the classic one obey
You
the
have glasses on.
Yeah, I can't even see. Or the classic ones. One second. What I'm doing? Here we go.
There we go.
Or the classic one obey the rulers. Yeah, but at what cost?
Exactly.
Okay, then of course nationalism is a disease, unfortunately. Nationalism
that's
is a
the
big
disease.
disease. And I get very frustrated when people say, "Oh, we're not racist, we're not nationalists." And suddenly I see them celebrating the Independence Day. You just said you're not nationalist, and you're celebrating in Bangla, Zindabad, Pakistan, Zindabad.
Okay.
Palestine and
Quick
Saudi and
Quick
Khalij.
question. What's worse, the Muslims celebrating Independence Day, or black folks in America celebrating
Black History Month?
No. Not just Black 4th of July. What's worse?
Say the Muslims.
It's the same thing, man.
The Muslims gotta be worse by default.
Yeah.
Gotta be worse by default.
Yeah, because you're Muslim.
But them Negroes with them flags.
It's like
Hey, do you
it's like the blacks.
Do you celebrate the White History Month?
Oh yeah, man. Every
July.
month. Yeah, July. Yeah.
What's his name? That guy came up with it because
White History Month
it's
is
white
every month.
Yeah.
Because
he said
say even
July.
Black History Month, they talk about white folks that own black people. Oh, I know that boy. $7.75. Got him on discount. Put him in Negro way instead of Lair way.
Yeah.
Negro way. Negro lay.
So
Took me 5 payments.
for the audience, if you have any comment,
Brought him home and lotioned him up.
any ashy feet, ashy knees. If y'all have any comment, any disagreement, please put in the comment section. Like and click and share. We'd love to hear your point of view. Unfortunately, the link I posted, it didn't work out. The comment section. And tomorrow,
Say send the email.
tomorrow,
Write a letter.
7 p.m. X-Factly. What's the topic?
Topic is, if she desires a partnering, she is not marriage material.
Don't forget to post it though.
If she desires a partnering, she's not marriage material.
Yeah.
You see how hard y'all hit hands? And remember earlier this
Yeah. Yes. I agree.
Pound.
I agree.
Okay.
That's pound. Okay.
This is what I did. This
Okay,
morning.
high five. See that?
No.
Very different.
No.
He did me like this. Give me pound. Pound. He said,
Yeah, because he's a
What
strong man.
is dude, man?
I think he played like bloody knuckles.
This dude punched my fist, man. He punched my fist.
Yeah, man. In jiu-jitsu, don't do that, man. In jiu-jitsu, just like a.
As a white man, I've been told to dominate and to overpower and to harm.
You should join jiu-jitsu. You should join.
Start by taking over his office.
You start seeing photos of Jeremiah.
You should join it.
It's a coup.
Look. Big photos, little photos. Big photos.
Starts with that one right
Take a
there.
picture when you said
head. Okay,
Look at that. Look at that.
It ain't gotta be soft. You just touch. It ain't
You just touch.
Yeah. He can't do it. He working on it. He working on it. What is that?
Start Jibril. Look at him. Yeah.
Oh, Stabril? Okay, yeah.
No.
Yeah, during the podcast. Yeah, thank you. Anyway, this has been Amoo Yum Yum for Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Salaam alaikum.
Because you slipping.
I'll close it.
No, you know you're not.
So,
Look,
It's closed.
he's always doing stuff, man.
It's okay. You guys can continue talking.
Don't say anything.
Jabril?
Just there.
Was that him boxing?
Yeah. Mashallah. No, it's him.
Similar.
look like Jake Paul.
No, that's
Yeah.
Romani.
Right, Jibril Rahman.
Gabriel Romani. Yeah.
Gabriel, Star Jibril, not our Jibril, the Puma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he don't like your skills though.
You look different.
Don't tell him I said that.
He actually watches us.
He didn't look like he had. Like, oh no! Oh, yeah.
But hey,
The low kick was nice. But the stand up, the stand up looks so good.
he's still
better than
training.
that.
Now you know what he's doing. He's just sparring.
Yeah.
But his technique looks kind of off. I'm better than that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Bigger
Get
than that.
active and stop lame excuses.
Yeah, of course.
Say, when are you gonna do knitting?
You know we're.
He needs to knit. Man, close this thing, man. Close it, man.
Okay, close it.
Close it, yeah.
I mean, it's kinda-
But-